Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101 at the end of Music Entertainment News. I'll have some free tickets for you for Of Monsters and Men. But first, let's get into it. A lot of concert news. And not only free ones on the air, but join me tonight over at Goose Island Salt Shed Pub, 6 to 8 tonight. It's right over by the Salt Shed. It's right on the water. It's beautiful, the Goose Island Salt Shed Pub. For a chance at Twisted tickets. I'll have tickets every 15 minutes. And each winner also gets to meet the Paradox for a pre-Twisted gaming session. That's the band opening up night 3 with Yellow Card and Third Eye Blind. It's going to be a party tonight. Also, other Q101 merch and stuff like that. So hang out with me tonight, 6 to 8 at the Goose Island Salt Shed Pub. Now, other concerts that were announced in the last 24 hours have been pretty hectic. The Weird Al Yankovic announced the 90-city Bigger and Weirder 2026 tour. It's extended the tour into 2026 with an even more massive run of 90 cities across North America. Woo! Last year, we've had him at Ravinia, and then we also had him at Riot Fest. So as with last year's Trek, the setlist will showcase a mix of the hits, the deep-cut fan favorites, posting an elaborate production that includes a giant video wall, multiple costume changes, and an 8-piece ensemble featuring Al's original band.
That's awesome.
I got to say, at Riot Fest, I wanted to see, get front and center so bad on that stage. It was a mob scene. I couldn't even get back. His case was already over there at one point. I was trying to get back and then get that little claustrophobic moment where I couldn't even, in a park, usually with a little bit of room to move around. Boy, it was scary.
It was a strange situation where we were at Rilo Kiley together. You left me to fend for myself. You wanted to go watch Alkaline Trio.
Correct.
And then Weird Al was on the stage next to Rilo Kiley, and I was trying to get through the Weird Al crowd to get to the Knocked Loose crowd. Not a ton of overlap there. But the Weird Al crowd was the most hectic conglomeration of people that I've ever seen, and fighting through that crowd. It was a literal fight to get out of there, and I eventually made it to the Knocked Loose set. But what I heard from Weird Al was fun.
Oh, yeah, I got there to the side. I just didn't get the angle I wanted.
Nah, I'm sorry. I know that was tough for your Instagram.
I couldn't get my shot. Yeah, it was terrible. So Al will be at the United Center on June 27th, 2026, and tickets for the Weird Al tour go on sale for the general public Friday at 10 a.m. So at the United Center. I don't know if he's ever played the United Center.
I don't believe so.
That is insane that Weird Al can do that. Now, other monstrous shows. Welcome to Rockville, which takes place in Florida. What a lineup. That happens in May 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, and 2026. So you get the Foo Fighters, My Chemical Romance, The Offspring, Turnstile, Tom Morello, just here at the Vic, Bring Me the Horizon, Bad Flower, Rise Against, Our Guys, All Time Low, A Day to Remember, Yellow Card, among 50 other bands. But damn, that is a huge lineup. Welcome to Rockville.
It is another indication as we inch closer and closer. We're still a few months away, but from whatever the Riot Fest 2026 lineup holds, and this is yet another big rock festival that My Chemical Romance is headlining. They seem to be doing a lot of that this year, on top of announcing shows on Halloween night at the Hollywood Bowl next year, which I was looking at plane tickets going like, ooh, maybe.
Ooh.
I'm not the spookiest of fellow, but boy, does that sound like fun.
That's fun.
Kenzie, that's got your jam all over it.
Yeah, that's like, I love a good Halloween celebration.
And I can
spooky vacation.
Spooky vacation. Because Devil's Night, the night before Halloween, they're playing the Hollywood Bowl with The Used, who they famously had a falling out with at one point. Now they seem to be friends again. And then Halloween night, they're playing the Hollywood Bowl with Thrice, which is going to make a lot of very specific people very happy. Thrice fans really into Thrice. So what a show that will be.
Really into them. Yeah, it's wild. And also just to see, now with these festival shows being announced, like the Foo Fighters in full-on mode that we're going to play everywhere. You're probably going to see them added onto a lot of stuff. And I'm not saying Lollapalooza. There's no announcement there yet, or Riot Fest.
Well, they are playing Soldier Field in August, so it might make Lollapalooza a little tough.
Forgot about that. My bad. Forgot about that Soldier Field show. So there you go.
that big Soldier Field show with Queens of the Stone Age.
Your big prediction,
Forgot they have their own big show for 70,000 people at Soldier Field.
Yeah. No, it's tough. People forget about it.
Well, 2026, this isn't in my brain yet, and we've announced so many big shows for it already. It's filling up quite quickly, actually. And there's another one nearby.
Quicker than you even think, because you don't know these shows are there.
I can't even remember. And we gave away tickets for like a week for that show. And the ticket was Thursday. I completely forgot.
A song.
Yeah,
pretty cool.
Yeah, I agree. I'm looking forward to it. I did not forget about it.
Yeah. I just can't. It's hard for me to fathom. And further and further, we announce things a year in advance now. Mm-hmm. It used to be a couple months in advance. So I can't. I don't know where I'm going to be in a year. I can't think about that.
Really?
To be just,
I feel like I know where you're going to be in a year.
Where do you think?
Same place you are now.
I'd like to be.
Okay.
But I never know. You never know things. So it's hard to say, like, I'll make sure I'm at that Foo Fighters show when I could have moved to Paraguay for some reason. It could have happened in a year.
Really?
God willing.
That's the first thing you think may happen next year?
Well, we had a Paraguay question in trivia, so that country's in my
That
head.
came into your head? Okay.
Yeah. So here's one that's not in Paraguay, but really nearby, Hinterland, that festival in St. Charles, Iowa, so drivable from here. You've got Lord, Mumford & Sons, The Format, Muna, Geese, Wet Leg, and Biba Doobie.
And Biba Doobie.
Yeah, Biba Doobie. It's fun to say that, Biba Doobie.
Absolutely. So that festival's in Iowa. That is the same weekend traditionally as Lollapalooza, and so this is going to give us good insight into who might be playing Lolla this year. I know Lord has heavily been rumored as one of the headliners this year, but just like last year, I know Claro played Hinterland and then came to Lolla. The Marias played Hinterland and then came to Lolla. And between Lord and Mumford & Sons and The Format and Muna and Geese, who are one of the hottest bands in the world right now, Wet Leg obviously playing Q101's Twisted this year, and Biba Doobie, those are a lot of Lollapalooza artists that are going to be nearby when Lollapalooza is happening.
It's exactly the same days that Lollapalooza will most
Brian,
likely be.
this is a good way to try to figure out who's going to be at Lolla. See what Case just did?
Yeah, this one you mean?
That's an accurate way to try to predict.
Hey, I forgot about the Foo Fighters show at Soldier Field for a minute. Sue me. I forgot about that one.
You're just throwing stuff out there. Maybe Lolla. I mean, anybody could be a Lolla.
Yeah. Well, listen, Mumford & Sons and Lord are headlining two of those nights at Hinterland.
Yes.
So, certainly the same exact dates, even though Lolla isn't officially announced at this point, but the Thursday, the July 30th, 31st, then August 1st and August 2nd. So, and then the Foo Fighters the next weekend.
Yes.
I'll be at that show.
Not at Lolla. The Foo Fighters are not at Lolla.
Nope.
We don't have that lineup yet.
Just a week later, they'll be right there at Soldier Field. And we'll see what builds around that, because last year we announced one at Soldier Field and it turned out to 5 in a row at Soldier Field. Now a show in 2026 as well, the Salt Shed of Monsters and Men. They were just here. It was so popular, they're going to do another one. They were in our lounge. That performance up on our socials and our YouTube channel. So Monday, December 1st, a week from Monday. Tickets are on sale now, but how about free ones? 312-591-8300 of Monsters and Men at the Salt Shed. You will be there from Brian and Kenzie on Q101. You got to call for this one.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q101.
Well, you see, there's the Foo Fighters playing Soldier Field next year with Brian and Kenzie and Q101. And also for Jack in Bensonville, needed to hear that Foo Fighters of all that talk of the Foo Fighters we just did a few minutes ago on Music Entertainment News. So thanks for listening in Bensonville this morning. Also at this time tomorrow, to remind you, Ticket Blitz Thursday will be tickets for Muse every hour. We start at 8 and then we go to 9. Every hour, Lauren, Brian Phillips, every hour all day long, Muse tickets for Summerfest. So as we continue to give you the best free stuff of anybody in Chicagoland by far, whether it's an incredible experience, a concert, whatever. We do that all year so we can eventually once a year ask you to help donate to God Bless the Gravy with Brian and Kenzie on Q101. You text the word gravy to 312-591-8300. A link comes back to you. And then you can donate whatever you can. And we understand how tough it is. It's the hardest thing to do to ask for money. But when you think about the people that are really, really struggling and just need a meal, $5 helps. $5 is 15 meals at the Greater Chicago Food Depository. $1 equals 3 meals. And we're struggling with our new record that we've blown through, 120,000 meals last year. We're over 200,000 now because of a $25,000 donation, besides many, many businesses. More recently, one just donated $1,000. So let's go. Comfort Zone Service, Heating, and AC. We say when a business donates $1,000, they will get $2,000 in advertising with Brian and Kenzie and Q101, and that is impactful. That is a hell of a deal. So thank you so much, Comfort Zone Service, Heating, and AC, for donating and helping save lives. That's 3,000 meals. We still have this hanging over us, this $25,000 donation, anonymous. And I thought by now, after 24 hours, that we'd hear something. I know they want to be anonymous, but...
Well, it came from a listener, and even if the listener wanted to stay anonymous, I thought they'd text in either like, oh my gosh, that was me, I made a mistake. Because you don't have to give your information. Like, you could still text in anonymously, we don't know. Or, yeah, that was me, I want to say anonymous. I thought we'd get some kind of reach out. I was surprised we haven't. So, like, I feel like we have to try to call the Greater Chicago Food Depository to see if they can just make sure it's for sure real. Because this is crazy. It's just bananas to me.
Well, this total put us in the top 6 ever of the Greater Chicago Food Depository against financial organizations. And it's really it's really historic of getting that number of meals, and so humbled by that. So we'll dig deeper on that one. And there's an easy way to donate without even trying. You can hang out with Kenzie this Friday.
Woo, woo. Okay, so Friday to kick off your weekend. I mean, this year has just been a huge year for God Bless the Grave. We've had huge growth, including our partnership with the Kara's Restaurant Group. They've been amazing, and they've been doing these appearances to help us raise money. So this is the last one, which is unbelievable. It is this Friday at the Rookies in Roselle. There's a bunch of rookies, so the Roselle part's very important. So Rookies in Roselle, I'm going to be out there at like dinner time, 5 to 7. Tons of giveaways. Like we did one of these, just a few weeks ago, and I was giving away stuff every 15 minutes between the Twisted tickets, Q101 hoodies. We had vinyl. So we're going to do tons and tons of giveaways. And then 10% of your bill goes towards God Bless the Gravy. And that's just 10% in general, not like 10% gets added that they'll then get donated. So without even thinking about it, you can kick off your weekend, have a fun time out with a bunch of Q101 listeners, get great food, have a high chance of, winning tickets, because it's better when you come to these appearances because it's way less than when you're trying to win like on air. Think about all of Chicagoland playing versus like 50 people in a restaurant or something. So way higher chances of winning. And then without even putting in any effort, part of your bill goes towards feeding your community.
It's great. You have a good time. You donate without even trying.
Yes.
It's the best. And if you want to try, you just text GRAVY to 312-591-8300. Case, you have a point to make here?
Please keep donating?
Yeah, okay. Give me a little eye look there. I wasn't sure if you wanted to add something.
No.
Or just keep donating.
Yeah, just keep donating.
All right, good deal. It's gravy.
Good deal.
I thought there was some breaking news coming through. I'm sorry.
No.
So donate by texting GRAVY to 312-591-8300. Whatever you can do. As we said, $5 helps, $50 helps. And the businesses get the $2,000 in free advertising from Q101 when you donate. And we appreciate it. You are saving lives through this radio show.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q101.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101. Takeaways from today's show from you at 312-591-8300. And a takeaway comes in from 773. Takeaway. Case. Brian. Son of a bitch. Kenzie. Who is that, Case? Case. Brian Haddad. He's a night crawler. We used to be friends, and then he got himself some Chat GPT help.
Good Lord.
He's in it for the money, not the human suggestions.
Jonas, son of a bitch.
Who is that, honey?
Jonas
they were
Miller, he's a
driving.
night crawler. We all started out in the same lab, but Jonas went out and got himself some corporate sponsors. He's in it for the money, not the science.
Keep your takeaways coming in. 312-591-8300 with Brian and Kenzie on Q101.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101. Lauren's on her way in tomorrow. Ticket Blitz Thursday. We'll start it at 8 a.m. with Muse tickets every hour. And tonight, make sure you hang out with me at the Goose Island Salt Shed Pub. That's 6 to 8 p.m. I'll have Twisted tickets every 15 minutes giving them away. And everybody that wins gets to meet the Paradox and do a pre-Twisted gaming session with that band. It's like Green Day's favorite band. They played Riot Fest. They're awesome. And that'll be night 3 with Third Eye Blind, Yellow Card, and the Paradox. So the Goose Island Salt Shed Pub, right at Salt Shed on the water. You can't miss it. It's beautiful. Come out for the great food and, of course, the delicious Goose Island beer. So see you tonight at 6. Takeaways from today's show. Case, what do you got?
I have a takeaway in the vein of a one-act play, just like the one you just read. This one is from 630, and it says, takeaway, Brian, Kenzie got me a foot pedal for Christmas. Kenzie, I hate you. I got that for your birthday.
A lot of theater going on in these takeaways
Really
today.
creative, really upping the ante today.
Kenzie, what do you got?
Lyme disease. Lucas's takeaway. Aw, my penis is sad.
Oh, sad penis. Dakota checked in finally with a takeaway. Takeaway. Brian, just look at the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. They had a butler.
And he lived there.
He lived there with him. Is there any context in the podcast Case to these takeaways?
Well, for the first time ever this morning, we all agreed on something. We were talking about bathtubs, and somehow we came to a consensus thought there. That never happens. It's on the 6 a.m. podcast this morning. Also, is Kenzie in the Epstein files? She is afraid that she might be because she loves to travel. That conversation, a full breakdown on what is going on with Jeffrey Epstein, lives on the Brian and Kenzie podcast. And also, Brian and I had our worst argument ever this morning. If you missed us yelling at each other at 7:50, we have decided to put that on the Brian and Kenzie podcast.
It's all there for you anytime you want it, anytime, anywhere. The Brian and Kenzie podcast. The full show is all there.
Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.